Today, you are about to see a group of people get a dose of reality, a truth bomb. You are going to see this group get their ignorance exposed, so buckle up and enjoy the ride. So let's jump right into exposing that ignorance that a subset of the general population has. And when I use the word ignorance in this video, I am using it not in a disparaging way, but in its correct definition, which is to have a lack of information or a lack of knowledge on a certain subject. Now, many of you have probably seen this channel trailer that I will use towards the beginning of my videos, and this channel trailer really does a few things. It tells you that if you're a first-time viewer, and if you're watching this video is part of an actual channel that you can subscribe to. And that channel trailer also kind of identifies what the channel is all about, which is firearms, self-protection, and the self-reliant lifestyle. And the shooting that you're seeing me do in this channel trailer is the typical handgun training that I do when I am on the range, such as drawing and moving and giving voice commands and then shooting while on the move. And the reason why I train like that pretty regularly is the fact that if you have a bad guy already pointing a handgun at you, or you have a bad guy charging at you with a knife in his hand, that sequence of events is what will give you the best chance of survival if you already have a deadly and violent attack happening against you. To put it simply, you are responding to a deadly and violent attack that is already happening against you, and while you are moving, a moving target is much harder for the bad guy to hit to put a fatal injury against you. But anyways, the amount of comments that I have been getting in my videos for that channel trailer, for that training that I do that's shown in that channel trailer, the amount of comments that I have been getting lately has been amusing to say the least. I mean, seriously, go look up one of my videos where that channel trailer is used in the video and look down in the comment section and you will see comments, and I'll paraphrase these comments, but they're all pretty close to the same, which is, look at that cop doing his shooting. He's yelling, drop the weapon, and then immediately shooting. And what they're saying there, what they're implying there, that as law enforcement, was that I was just wanting to shoot somebody, that I automatically give those commands, but I'm still going to shoot them anyways and not give them a chance to comply. Now, here is the point in the video where I, and also you, the person that has some knowledge of deadly force situations and how they actually go down, here is the point in the video where we start really exposing the complete ignorance of the people that make comments like that. So point number one, people that make that kind of comment, they are making that comment with having no idea of what they are talking about. That firearms training that is shown in that channel trailer is firearms training that I do that would be in response to somebody that is already pointing their gun at you or already charging at you with their knife. That firearms training is not done in a situation where de-escalation is an option. That training is done, again, as I mentioned earlier, in a situation where you are already having that deadly assault committed against you. When a bad guy is already pointing his gun at you, when a bad guy is charging at you with his knife in his hand, that bad guy has taken escalation, de-escalation, out of that equation. So the people that make those comments there like that, what they did was they made a comment without having all the information. They made an assumption. They made a statement without having all of the information before they made their statement. Therefore, what they ended up doing was making an ignorant statement. Point number two, people that make that kind of a comment must truly believe that a violent criminal with a weapon in his hand should not be shot, because in that training I am yelling the voice command of drop your weapon before I shoot. And a person that believes that a violent criminal assaulting you with a weapon does not need to be shot, then obviously they have complete ignorance and no knowledge of how deadly force situations actually go down. Otherwise, they would not make such a silly comment. Like I have said before and shown before in previous videos, that is all it takes for a criminal with a gun in his hand to blow your head off. And of course, if you're watching this video and you're a regular viewer of this channel, then you have already also heard of the Tooler drill and how deadly a bad guy with a knife in his hand can be within so many feet of you. Folks, the simple reality is that if a bad guy does not want to get shot, then he should not be being violent with a weapon in his hand. But here is a serious question that we, the good people, need to start asking those ignorant people that make comments, those people that make comments like, well, he didn't have to shoot the criminal. He should have done this, or that. He should have shot him in the arm or the leg or something like that. We should really start asking, when people make comments like that, we should start asking them, why, as a society, are we not judging the criminals so harshly, and why are we so harshly criticizing the good people that are just trying to protect their lives? We have to remind these people that it's that type of mindset that self-defenders get so legally jammed up after they do a justified self-defense shooting. It's that type of mindset that gets prosecutors elected that go after self-defenders. It's that type of mindset that allows self-defenders to get sued for thousands or millions of dollars after they have justifiably defended themselves against an armed and violent and deadly attacker. Folks, we just got to get away from that mindset of, oh, that poor criminal didn't have to get shot. That self-defender didn't have to shoot that criminal. That self-defender could have de-escalated or should have de-escalated that situation. Folks, you many times forget that it takes two people to de-escalate a situation. And when that criminal removes that option to de-escalate, there is no de-escalating it. You can try all you want all day long. I know this from personal experience. We always try de-escalation first. But folks, if the bad guy doesn't want to de-escalate, it's not going to de-escalate. Now, here's a really good example of how a lot of people out there have no idea of how true life or death situations go down. In that video that I did that was titled "Why These 2 Rounds Will Cost You Thousands of Dollars," I actually had more than one person comment on that video about how the self-defender didn't have to shoot the attacker, how that self-defender should have taken that knife away from that attacker. So, just let that one sink in. Folks, I'm telling you, people that make ignorant comments like this, they vote. They vote in liberal prosecutors that go after self-defenders just trying to save their own lives. They sit on juries that convict or find self-defenders in the wrong, so that self-defenders end up having to pay out thousands and millions of dollars in these civil suits. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying that we always automatically shoot violent and armed attackers. We only shoot armed and violent attackers when there is an imminent threat to our life, and obviously as long as it's legal in your area to do so. And I am also saying that it is time that we as a society, that we quit so harshly criticizing the self-defenders just trying to save their lives, and start putting that harsh criticism and start putting that onus back on the armed and violent attacker that is causing that situation to begin with. So why don't you do me a favor and comment down below. Does it drive you absolutely insane when you see people leave absolute ignorant comments on a self-defense video? And to give yourself a better chance of surviving a sudden and deadly attack, and to see the firearms training that was actually the subject of all those comments for this video, then click on the video that should be appearing on the screen just about now to learn that powerful knowledge. Anyways, folks, that is enough internet for me today. I do need to go train. And folks, if you made it this far, hey, thank you very much for watching, and I pray that you have a good night.